Good morning and welcome back to the Global Cricket Tournament. My name is Jenna Saw and I'm joined by Emma Fenter, and we are at Irene Country Club for the John Deere Global Cricket Tournament for the first game of day 3, the Fidelity Titans against Eastern Storm. Good morning, Emma, and welcome.
Good morning all. I hope you all had a good break. It's unfortunately the last day of the Global Cricket Tournament, but I think there's going to be some exciting cricket on today. And I can't wait to see what the Titans and Storm bring for us today.
Yeah, so Eastern Storm won the toss and they elected to bat first, which was an interesting decision. Yesterday we had some overcast weather to start, but Paulina Mashishi for the Fidelity Titans, season campaigner, she's out to Mpumelelo Mashlowane, and she comes off with a dot ball to start. Mashlowane is joined by Elisha Rudolph at the crease, who has been so good for the Fidelity Titans, both with the bat and ball. And continuing her over with second dot.
I think this morning Robin still wanted to bat, but I think looking at the conditions now, maybe it wasn't the right choice. Field's a bit wet, ball might not make it to the boundary as quick, but I think it's a sunny day out here at Irene Country Club, so I think once it dries up, the Titans will be in on a good field.
Yeah, for sure. There was a little bit of rain yesterday in the afternoon after the conclusion of the game between Eastern Storm and Lions, where Lions pulled off a victory. Crashes into the pads and there's a shake of the head by the umpire Vinolia Macheke. It's her 5th game standing umpire. Both the umpires have been consistent throughout the tournament, and I think both have made very good decisions. There haven't been too many complaints from the players that I've heard in any case. Elisha Rudolph just asking for her guard there out in the middle. Hits hard through the covers but fielded very well by the Namibian international. And very good piece of fielding there by Mekalai Mwatsile.
Like you said, Jenna, it's a great bit of fielding there. We have Simone Lawrence behind the stumps today. It's a change up from the Titans ladies.
Yeah, the other keeper in the team, Akari Nishimura, is in the field today. She's fielding at point for the Fidelity Titans. Mashishi, 1 ball to go in the first over of the day. Very consistent. Looking for the one with soft hands out to point, but Simone Lawrence quick off the mark and recovers it well to prevent the single. A very good start there from Paulina Mashishi. A slow one for Eastern Storm, 2 without loss after 1.
Definitely a good start from the Titans ladies. I think 2 in the first over is all you can ask for.
Yeah, definitely a wonderful start. She's been so good for the Fidelity Titans in both formats of the CSA provincial tournament that gets played over the weekends. 50 over format on a Saturday and T20 on a Sunday. The next game that the Fidelity Titans have in that provincial tournament is only at the end of February, so still 2 months of training without any game time for the Sky Blues. I'm sure they'll work hard and have a few middle sessions before they get back into the second half of their season. Kaylee Tapp from the golf course end, and she was so good yesterday. She bowled an over of beautiful deliveries, top of off stump. Liner length was phenomenal, and then on the last ball of her over in that game against the Lions, just went 2 straight and went for 2, but too wide and too short there, and it's cut away beautifully by Elisha Rudolph. Kaylee Tapp yet to find her feet.
I think yesterday she, like you said, she bowled a great spell. I think the overcast weather helped her a lot. She's quite a quick bowler. She gets natural away swing, and I think every time she just brought up the line, you could see it move through the air. That one, unfortunately, dropping it a bit short. Third man has gone out now, so it's good from the Titans ladies, although I don't think they should set a ball field for a bad ball, but maybe it's a smart choice in the end.
similar line and length there, but the ball just dipping as it crashed into the wicket there. And this is day 3 on the same strip. They've played on the same strip all 3 days of this tournament. And so the pitch will have deteriorated, even though the ground staff here at Irene Cricket Club have been excellent in looking after it.
Definitely a bit of wear and tear on the pitch. I think the spinners will be brought out a lot more today. It still looks quite decent and hard.
Just holding that line outside the off stump, and a little bit of a slow ball, perhaps a leg cutter into the wicket. And Alicia Rudolph not able to get that speed off the bat that she did on the first ball of the over.
Yeah, Kaylee Tapp definitely bringing it back now. Bad starts to over, but I think she's bringing it back nicely. We do have a Kyle corner out, or a deep mid wicket, because Alicia Rudolph very strong on the leg side.
Goes full and wide, and Robin Saul does very well to get hands on that big dive to the left there by the Titans skipper, and recovered well by Catherine Pryor. They had a shy at the stumps there, but Pryor only aiming at one from her angle.
It's a bit difficult, but we've seen a lot of run out here, so it's probably possible later on in the game.
Yeah, and a lot of direct hits. I think you spoke a little bit about it yesterday, Emma, that the most direct hits you've seen. Mpumi Mashluwane to face Kaylee Tapp for the first time.
We have a change of field from Kaylee Tapp. She's brought Katie Pryor into second slip. No, she's going into first slip now.
And Mpumi Mashluwane doing really well yesterday against the Lions. She scored 33 of 34, and she'll be looking to replicate that to help her team to victory here. She goes hard, but a little bit of in-swing there from Kaylee Tapp as it connected with the inside half of the bat. And she has so much skill behind the ball. She's capable of swinging it both ways. She's got slow balls and lots of variations.
Yeah, she's definitely a very clever bowler. She has a lot of experience behind her. And it's smart from the Titans ladies to keep on opening with her.
Wide outside the off stump, and the swing just helping that ball along. It's called wide by the umpire, and yeah, she'll have to re-bowl that one.
It's definitely a good play from the Titans ladies, because as we saw, they brought in the first slip. They're going to try and push it a bit outside off, make Mpumi Mashlawaya fish outside and hope for that nick. Katie Price in first slip. I don't think she drops much behind the stumps there. So it is a smart play from the Lions, but high risk, high reward, as you always say.
Here's that beautiful outswing there from Kaylee Tapp, and Mpumi Mashluwane really just disappointed with herself for missing out there. The ball was far out of her reach, and she just threw hands at it, but no connection. And a little bit expensive, or more expensive than the first over, obviously. Paulina Mashishi keeping it so tight up front, and Kaylee Tapp allowing 6 from the over. Mashishi will continue from what we have named the clubhouse end, and I do believe that Mr. Ken Borland found out what the ends were actually called, so I'm sure when he comes on here he'll give the correct names of the ends. He'll be on and joining Emma for the second 10 overs, over number 11 to 20. Paulina Mashishi in again. Lots of flights, and Rudolph just lifting her head there on that occasion. Standing up on the shot and not getting as much power as she would have liked.
Elisha Rudolph very dominant on the leg side, but we have our long on out and our car corner out, so I think she doesn't want to lose a wicket too early. If she's going to go big, she has to go over the ropes.
Yeah, and she squeezes this around the corner, finds the gap between square leg and short 45, and even though the outfield is a little bit damp with dew and some of the rain from yesterday, that races away to the boundary and bobbles over the rope. So really well played there by Elisha Rudolph. The line was on middle and off stump, as we're just watching it there, and she clips it off the pads really nicely.
It's a great shot from Elisha Rudolph. She picked the gap nicely, well-timed shot, and rolls away for a 4.
Yeah, that's better from Mashishi, the line outside the off stump. does have a 4-3 field in the ring, of course, with those two leg side boundary fielders out. Cow corner and long on out for Alicia Rudolph. She goes round the corner again, almost identical to the previous 4 in the over, and Tiani van der Heevel at square leg just watches it go past her. She has no chance there for the dive. Alicia Rudolph looking in top form here, as she shows Pauline Mashishi you can't just get dots in and over.
Smart from Alicia Rudolph to just know that your cow corner's out and to play the ball a bit later to get it behind that square leg region. You know, there's no boundary fielders, and it's just free runs at this point.
Yeah, for sure, there will be a bit of a field change here, as long on comes up into the ring and cover sweeper pushes out, so both fielders square of the wicket on the boundary. The idea is that she's going to be coming around the wicket, right arm around, and pushing it far outside the off stump. Yeah, and she does just that, squeezing into Alicia Rudolph, not giving her any room to free the arms across the body to the leg side.
Just shows a bit of experience from the Titans ladies, does it not?
Inside edge there, and misses both the wickets. I'm not really sure how. It was very close to that leg stump, and Simone Lawrence also not able to get hands on that, and that'll go through for runs, as that ends off the third over of the power play. We're halfway through this power play here.
It's a good over from the Eastern Storm, got 2 boundaries from it. 3 overs left of power play. Let's see what else they can make. Only 2 fielders out in the first power play, so I'm hoping to see more, a bit of aggression, maybe going over the top, especially to Kaylee Tapp. She bowls a nice away swinger, but with the slip in play, like you said, don't want to fish outside off. But we'll see what the Eastern ladies can do. I don't think Alicia Rudolph has faced Kaylee Tapp, or maybe one ball.
Yeah, she hit that for 3 points at the beginning of the second over. Same field for Tapp that she closed off. Third man and cow corner out in the boundary. She goes straight and it's clipped away. Alicia Rudolph, this shot seems like her bread and butter, as Tiani van der Heevel at square leg just chases leather there, as Alicia Rudolph carrying this batting lineup so far with her partner Mashluane yet to get off the mark. She's faced 7 balls, but Rudolph picking up the slack really well, 19 from 12.
It's smart bang from Alicia Rudolph. She knows the pace is up. There's only 2 fielders out. She's picking the gaps with pace on, bat to ball, it's rolling.
The square leg has moved quite a lot finer to the right of the square leg umpire. But she goes on off stump, and Rudolph looking to drive through the covers. But the really good length there from Tapp is it's just back of a length, and Rudolph not able to drive through the covers just yet.
And it's also a better line. I think in women are so experienced nowadays in cricket, anything on middle stump and leg stump can just be leg side dominated. So I think off stump line is the perfect line in women's cricket.
Yeah, she goes hard through the covers this time, using her feet to get to the pitch of the delivery, and crashes that through the cover region. Slow outfield allows the Titans players to get to the ball before it crosses over the rope, and the Eastern Storm players go through for a double.
It's a great shot from Alicia Rudolph. Unfortunately, she couldn't get the 4, but like we said this morning, it rained yesterday. The outfield is a bit slow, and those square boundaries are extremely big.
It is as soon as you go airborne and the ball kind of dips down into the ground, plugs a little bit. I've seen it quite quick if you're playing on the ground. Beautiful line there from Kaylee Tapp. Simone Lawrence with a dive off the edge, but unable to get anything to it. And it beats the field at third man as well, who is quite wide of that fine leg position, and she's unable to come through and cut that off. Alicia Rudolph off to a roaring start, even though there was a 50-50 chance there. So we're watching the replay. Thick outside edge, and way too far for Simone Lawrence to get to.
They moved the slip from the first over in Kaylee Tapp, and I think now they're probably just kicking themselves there. They would have wanted Katie Pry in slip. But speaking of wet outfield, I wonder how the golf players are doing today on the course.
Do you play much golf yourself, yeah?
I do. I love playing golf.
Wow, she goes big. There's a chance for a catch. Mekalai Mwatsile under the ball, and that's taken. Brilliant work there from the Namibian international. She's 18 years old, and safe hands there. She didn't look too stressed at all, but that's the big wicket of the main run scorer, the only run scorer so far for the Eastern Storm team, and the Titans will be very pleased with that wicket.
No, she definitely looked very calm under the ball. She had a still stance, and that's always what you want. You don't want to be moving around under the ball. Elisha Rudolph, sad to see her go. She is the key batsman for Eastern Storm, and I think they're also going to be quite disappointed. It was a right shot, she just didn't get under it correctly. But good up to the Titans ladies. I think they're probably thrilled about that wicket.
Yeah, they definitely are. I think the leadership on the field, Gandhi Jafta, the player running on to deliver some drinks and perhaps a message to the team. She is the vice captain for the Fidelity Titans, and she's taking her turn on the bench today to allow some other players a chance. But the leadership of Robinson will definitely be encouraging the team to be patient, and that their chance will come, and it definitely did come. That's only the second catch we've seen so far this tournament out on the boundary. So there have been a couple of other takes, but most of them in the ring, simple catches. We've seen some drops out in the deep, but a very good, calm, composed technique that we just saw from Watile. And a good ball from Kaylee Tapp, just biding her time, being patient and sticking to her lines and lengths.
Yeah, it's starting to look like a bit of an expensive over, 2 boundaries. Quick 2 there, but I think the catch made up for it. It was a great catch, like we said, still under the ball. That's all you want as a fielder. And yeah, I think the Titans are pulling back now.
Yeah, they definitely are. And even though Mpumi Mashluane has been at the crease for the last 3.5 overs, she does not have a run to her name yet. So both batters at the crease are, you could say, new. 27 for 1 ball left in the 4th over. Thelma Makubula in for the Eastern Storm team at 3. That off-stump line has been so successful for Kaylee Tapp, as Makubula just dots the first ball of her innings down. 2 overs left in the power play, and Emma, we saw these 2 batters excel really nicely yesterday, with Makubula getting 15 off 11 in the game against Easterns after the early wicket of Alicia Rudolph. So both batters at the crease are capable of accelerating, especially after the loss of their senior batter up at the top.
The power play, I would like to say it's going Titans' way. I mean, Alicia Rudolph did start off well. She got a few boundaries for her team. I think Mashola is just putting a bit of pressure on, and then Lasha just thought she had to go and unfortunately lost her wicket in it. But I think for now we can say that the Titans are on top of this power play.
Yeah, they definitely are, especially looking at that scorecard with both batters having donuts to their names. On that off-stump line, squeezing up the batter, right arm around the wicket as an off-spinner is a difficult skill to master, but Paulina Mashishi looks really comfortable pushing that ball onto that middle and off-stump line.
I'd just like to mention there's only a cow corner out, and there's clever captaincy from the captain Robin Saw, because she knows there's basically 2 new batsmen at the crease. The big hit is gone, so to just stop the boundaries and just stop the singles and just keep trying out the Eastern ladies. I think it's a great captaincy from Robin Saw.
Yeah, they're just squeezing the Eastern Storm batters and putting a lot of pressure on them, and dotting one down again is Mashluane, and Paulina Mashishi. A little bit of a fumble of her own bowling there. Maybe being a little bit lax in the way she's going about her business. But her bowling is making up for big sweep and finding a little bit of a gap there. Tiani van der Heevel doing well, diving to the right there, but finding herself on her knees. The Easterns player is able to get through for an easy single in the end.
It's good running from the Easterns ladies, was directly to a fielder. I think the confidence is up for the Titans ladies. We can probably think of a few chirps that are being said on the field.
Yeah, potentially. However, 2 young players at the crease. I do know that the Titans ladies are quite kind individuals. They'll play a hard game of cricket and maybe not a nasty one. Yeah, just defended by Makubule. And Paulina Mashishi closing off this end of the power play. Her 3 overs just for 11 runs. And just 1 run from the previous over.
I'm hoping we can see more spinners throughout the rest of the game. As we can see, Paulina Mashishi doing so well. Kaylee Tapp, she did well. Lasha Rudolph picked her apart in some areas when she just dropped it a bit short and wide. But with pace, we always love to face pace. I think with the spinner, it's the third day. The wicket's staying a bit low. It's two-faced. It's probably a bit soft. I think with the wet grass, the ball's also getting a bit soft. So I think also, especially in the second innings, Eastern Storm, I'd like them to bring on a few spinners to just see how much the ball's going to turn and to see what they're capable of doing.
Oh, a lovely line and length there. Seaming off the wicket, Kaylee Tapp. We've seen her be so good, especially with her outswing so far in her spell. And just speaking about the spinners, Emma, Gandhi Jafta, the leading wicket taker for the Titans so far, with 3 wickets to her name in just 2 games. Of course, both Easterns and Lions have played 3 games each. She's sitting on the bench today, so they are 1 spinner down. Beautiful line and length, just beating that outside edge of Mashluwane. Just again, on the spin, we can harp on it a little bit. Mekalai Mwatile from Namibia, was left arm unorthodox spin. So to those listening, I had to research it. It is left arm leg spin, so it comes out the back of the hand and it turns into the right hander, but with a little bit more of a dip. We don't have a left arm unorthodox bowler, which is sometimes called a Chinaman, in the CSA Provincial Week. So that could be an interesting skill to watch. Quick single taken to mid-on, but Akari Nishimura just not attacking it too hard there.
I can't wait to see a bit of left arm orthodox. I haven't seen that this whole tournament, and I think if that was in my team, I'd make her open the bowling.
Yeah, it's definitely not known to the South African players in this league in any case. I think the first time I faced a left arm leg spinner, if you could call that, unorthodox, was at boys cricket, under 17 boys cricket in a club game, and I went out first ball, so I don't think I can say that I've faced it too much in my life.
I'd like to agree with that. Also, I think the first time I also faced it was in a boys cricket league. I don't know what water they're drinking, but a lot of them are left-handed.
Definitely more left-handed players in the boys' side of things than there is in the ladies' game. Kaylee Tapp just so good outside the off stump, beating the bat once again. Yeah, we don't have too many left-handed batters either. Just 1 in this tournament. Kaylee Tapp bats left-handed. Haven't seen any others so far. Hits hard into the covers, but Robinson putting her body on the line. It does run past her, but picked up nicely by Amogelang Mapangula at mid-off and recovered for 1.
Good stuff from Robinson. That was it. Hard out the middle of the bat. I think if she wasn't there, definitely would have been a 4. And the Titans ladies would like to keep the pressure on and prevent the boundary, so it's great fielding from the skipper.
Yeah, Thelma Makabula made really great contact there. She's one of the players who was selected for the SA Under-19 team at the CSA Under-19 National Week. She's perfectly capable. Robinson with a stop again, crashing into that right knee. She'll have a couple of bruises at the end of the day today, but she'll be happy with that piece of fielding. Kaylee Tapp closing the over off, just 2 from it, and of course the big wicket to her name. That's the end of the power play, 30 for 1.
The Eastern Storm ladies have definitely hit a bit of a dry spell. I think Elisha Rudolph, she scored 27, and they've made 3 runs in 2 overs. So I think the Eastern ladies are definitely going to try and look for a way out. It might create a bit of pressure and wickets might tend to fall, but I hope they can bring something out of here.
Yeah, Paulina Mashishi going to bowl out her entire spell here for her team. She returns for her 4th over on that leg stump line, and Mashluwane, Thelma Makabula, unable to get it away the same way Elisha Rudolph did early on.
Still have our long on out and our cow corner out. So we can, by that we can tell Paulina Mashishi is going to bowl a straight line, try and look for the wicket, straight on the pads or just straight bowled.
And she's doing exactly that, beating everything through bat, pad and wickets there through to keeper Simone Lawrence. That's excellent work from Paulina Mashishi. A little bit of turn on play there. I haven't seen too much from her. She's so consistent in the way she goes about it, but not a big turner of the ball.
I don't think many off spinners are. I think you can tell by the turn of a wicket by a leg spinner.
Yeah, you definitely can. One of the big turners in the game who is retired now, Yulani Fari from the DP World Lions team, retired at the end of last season. She was probably the most turning bowler in the CSA league. One that I can think of in any case, off spinner, as it's just played out too long on for a single.
Yeah, you can see the Stormers ladies, the Eastern Storm are definitely getting they're feeling the pressure now. Titans ladies aren't letting them get the quick singles, aren't letting them get the boundaries, bowling good lines, good lengths. I think the pressure's starting to build for the two batsmen at the crease.
Yeah, for sure. Paulina Mashishi closes off her spell. It's 4 overs for 12 runs. So excellent figures there for the season campaigner, the spinner, and she was the 2021-2022 Player of the Year for the Fidelity Titans. So she does have those credentials behind it. Her face is blown up on a banner in the offices at Supersport Park.
It's a great spell from Paulina Mashishi, just 3 runs and over. It's a great spell from her. Kaylee Tap. No. Kaylee Tap's not bowling.
Lesedi Medisha for the Fidelity Titans. Almost an identical field to Kaylee Tap. Cow corner, third man out on the boundary. Very nice seam off the wicket there from Medisha, away from the right-hander. And she's an exciting youngster to keep your eye on, and she has been earmarked to be potentially part of the next Under-19 World Cup Proteas team.
I would like to see the Titans ladies put back that first slip to just put the pressure on more.
Down leg stump, crashes into the pad, but definitely outside the line of leg stump. A hopeful shout there from the ladies in sky blue.
It's a bit of a risk to bowl that line because we don't have a fine leg out and third man's quite wide on the boundary.
And square leg is in the ring as
but the Titans have enough room to play with, a bit of freedom.
really good length there. Yorker length outside the off stump, and it's just played out. Thelma Makabula must be getting a little bit frustrated as she has faced 13 balls and only 2 runs to her name. Really good there from Medisha, but it hits hard by Thelma Makabula. And a big chase by Mwatsile on the boundary. She cuts it off beautifully, pushes it quite far. The Eastern Storm batters come back for the third. There's a chance at a run out, but slides the bat in and makes it home. A brilliant piece of fielding. In the end, she only saved 1 run, which would have been a 4, but good backing up there as well from Akari Nishimura.
Great piece of cricket, I think. It was a decent shot. She picked the gap, fielded, chased it down, did exceptionally well on the boundary to stop the 4. But the Storms, they did well to make 3 runs from that.
And it was pulled far across the line as it was pitching outside the off stump and played into the leg side. Just overcompensating there, the youngster from the Titans, and pushing it too far outside the off stump.
Bit of a few words from Kaylee Tapp, the more experienced bowler in the team. She had a great spell.
On that middle stump line and top edge from Mashluane, she was looking to go over the leg side, and it just sails out to third man. Couple of bounces, Christelle van der Schyff back into the starting 11 after she sat out yesterday. Does the fielding work, and Eastern Storm get through for a single. Kaylee Tapp just assisting her bowlers. Her 3 overs went for 18 runs, but the crucial wicket of Alicia Rudolph, she was able to pick that one up, assisting the youngsters in her team. And that's off stump gone. Lesedi Medisha, the second breakthrough for the Fidelity Titans. Thelma Makabule hanging her head, disappointed that she didn't play with a straight bat on that occasion. And that'll see her walking back to her team gazebo and only getting 6 to her name.
Yeah, I think she's a bit disappointed. Didn't have a great innings. It wasn't the right shot to play, just swinging across the line there on a straight ball. Watching the replay now.
Yeah, lifting the head, looking to hit that too far and too hard, and really not anywhere in terms of foot or hand movement.
The pressure is definitely building up here for the Easterns ladies. They're trying to go big now to make up for all the dot balls they've unfortunately created. But in the end, it's just creating more and more pressure for them.
Yeah, and to the crease walks Mesli Gorazes, the wicket-keeper batter from Namibia. She's been excellent. She scored the first 50 of the tournament. The first game, 51, not out. She was out in the end, but she did a wonderful piece of work there for her team. She has 38 international caps with an average of 11.6, but that does not speak to the way that she plays. She's quite a creative player. She uses the crease laterally and vertically. She's very exciting to watch. She's compact, she's short, and she is a 360 all around the field player.
Yeah, it was definitely fun to watch her bat in the first game. Like you said, she scored 51. And it was a great innings to watch. Not a big hit of the ball, but she's a smart player. And she likes to rotate, strike, keep the clock ticking, and she definitely puts bad balls away. I think that's what Eastern Storm might need, a bit of international experience at the crease. So hopefully bring them back into the game. It was 36 for 2 after 8. Titans, we can definitely stay on top of the game.
Yeah, Mekalai Mwatsile gives a lot of flight there, and it's played beautifully by Mashluane. Just drives that to the left of mid-off. Kaylee Tapp will chase that off the field and collect it. Not the best start for Mwatsile, as she is the Namibian international that's part of the Titans team. But a beautiful shot by Mpumelelo Mashluane.
Great shot from the batsman at the crease. It's a bit of a bad ball. Bit too much flight on that one. Bit wide.
She overcorrects herself, and somehow Mashluane gets bat on that, and it does not go where she expected it to. But runs are runs, and execution works in the end. They come through for 2. She went on the sweep, and on the follow-through of the sweep shot, just hit the back of the bat there.
Like you said, Jenna, runs are runs, and on the scorecard it doesn't say exactly what happened. It just says 2. So I think Mashluane will take that one.
Mwatsile just struggling to find her line and length here. Really struggling left arm over the wicket. Not able to get into a rhythm just yet. Youngster, 18 years old. Just releasing the ball too early there and allowing Mashluane an easy one down to cow corner. Long off, long on, cow corner out on the boundary. And that's much better there from the international player, finding that off stump line.
It's definitely much better. I think her line's been quite good, except for that one that strayed a bit down leg, but it's just the length that she has to work on, and that one was 10 times better than her first 3 balls.
Just missing again as she pushes that too far outside the off stump. She'll have to re-bowl that one. She needs to center herself. Maybe a word from a senior player out in the middle would help. Skied up, but falling short of the Japanese international. There's a chance for a run out and a small appeal, but the dive from Mashluane needed in the end as Simonello just broke the stumps there. Safely home, the Eastern Storm players had a good delivery and 50-50 chance there for the Titans.
It's a great throw from point, straight into the keeper's hand. It was a quick pick up and it was fast into the glove. So I think if the batsman was a bit short, that could have been out.
Yeah, I love seeing batters dive to preserve their wickets. It really shows how much it means to them to be out in the middle. She goes hard on the up, but it will fall short of cow corner on the leg side. Mapangula collecting it. They look for the second, but decide against it as there is a strong arm from the youngster out in the deep. And that'll end the over. 9 overs gone, 46 for 2.
Speaking on batsman diving, I think as a batsman, you don't like diving because you come back to the hotel and you start picking rocks out your elbows. Never a nice thing to do.
Yeah, Motile struggling a little bit in her first over. 10 from it. Yeah, roasties are not a fun experience on the elbows and sometimes on the hip when your shirt gets pulled out.
And then you have to put your pants back and you're like,
oh, that's definitely not a fun experience. Madisha to continue. Mashluwane on strike. She just pulls out of that one, and I think we were talking a little bit yesterday when Eastern Storm were bowling. Michaela Edwards pulled out of her run up, and you said that it was much better for them to pull out than it is to bowl a ball when they're not feeling comfortable.
yeah, because a lot of the times when you
Played nicely off the legs by Mashluwane, and they go for the 2. Vaniheville collecting it, passing it to Matile out in the deep. Not the biggest arm from the youngster on the boundary, but it gets in eventually. And I'm sure the Eastern Storm players will take note in that lack of power from the deep and will be looking to take an extra run for the arm if it goes out to Matile at cow corner again. Much better line and length there from Madisha, but quick single, looking for the quick single. There's a chance at a run out. Kaylee Tap just a bit wayward on the throw. Mashluwane taking those risky singles as it's hit straight to the fielders just behind the bowler.
It's great running from the Eastern Storm. I think they're trying to release the pressure a bit, and it is good running. I think if Kaylee Tap added our extra, that could have been very close.
Yeah, definitely, but the youngster trusts her speed between the wickets and noticing that the fielders at mid-on and mid-off perhaps on the back foot a little bit as the ball is bowled. And that's clever awareness from the young player. Beautiful bounce and purchase off the wicket there from Madisha as just beats the outside edge there.
Yeah, Mesley Garazi is a bit of a short batsman. Just bring the length back a bit, and it's a bit scary to face something like that as a short batsman.
Yeah, it definitely is. Pitching full and then coming up hip height is not always the best experience for a batter, but Garazi is more than capable. Wide outside the off stump, and she'll need to bowl that one again. Madisha just swinging the arms in frustration. And with that wide, that does bring the 50 up. 9.3, 50 for 2. And sad that it was brought about by a wide, but the total is the total, I guess. Played off the back foot, cut in, wasn't hit well, but Mashishi doing good work. They'll come back for the second. That's brilliant running there by the Eastern Storm batters. Whereas his pad strap just coming loose there and showing that she's running out of her pads.
Bad luck there. Christoph and Skyve just backing up Paulina Mashishi there at point.
Yeah, not the best timed shot, but well placed to the left of Mashishi at point. From here it seemed like there was a little bit of an edge down the leg side there. And the pitch vision scorer to the right of me nodding his head as well. But good take in the end by Lawrence, but the City Madisha struggling to control it a bit.
Kaylee Taps come in to just give a few words of motivation and wisdom. But like you said, great take from Simone Lawrence behind the stumps.
Better line and length there, but squeezed into extra cover. There's a chance for a run out, but the throw was wayward. A good piece of work by Simone Lawrence, and the finger of Vanolia Macheke goes up. Mpumi Mashluwane, even though she puts the dive in, is sent packing, and just one too many risky singles. A really nice piece of fielding by Amogelang Mapangula.
We've seen plenty of run-outs this whole tournament. I think coaches are going to be very disappointed in their teams because it's something that can be prevented.
Yeah, she lost her bat a little bit there on the dive, and of course if you aren't holding on to the bat, even though the bat is over the popping crease, you would be out. So we trust the decision of the umpire Vanolia Macheke, but the wicket of Mashluwane, who batted really nicely, She earned herself 14 from 24. We'll bring in Erica Oda for the Eastern Storm team. 36 years old. She has 24 international caps, an average of 20, a strike rate of 85. And at international level, she's yet to break that half-century mark. But it's a really exciting player indeed. We've seen her play a couple of very responsible knocks for the Eastern Storm team. She was run out yesterday by her teammates after making 28 of 23. And had she been in, she might have been able to prevent the Lions from getting the bonus point. They got 5 points yesterday from beating Eastern Storm. And Easterns were just 5 runs short of preventing that bonus point. Erica Oda to face Madisha. Oh, edges out. A very fine tickle. And Simone Lawrence and Lesedi Madisha just embracing, giving each other a very big hug. They'll be ecstatic about that wicket. Erica Oda, we were just singing her praises about the way she's gone about her batting, but just too hesitant, pulling away from that one, not committing completely. And she will pay the price. Madisha, bold Madisha, caught Simone Lawrence.
Yeah, Erica Oda knew right away. The umpire hadn't even stuck his finger yet and she was already walking. Yeah, she definitely knew right away.
Yeah, for sure. And that is the end of the 10th over. I will be stepping out. Emma Fenter will be joined by Ken Borland.
Good morning, Emma. Good morning, listeners, and thank you very much, Jenna Searle. Wow, what a delivery that was from Ladisha to get Erica Oda out first ball. Oda batted very well yesterday. She's clearly a very capable batter, but goodness, there was bounce, bit of away movement, and what a great wicket to get as Easton's unable to get the single there off Martile.
No, yeah, for sure. I think it's a bit unfortunate for Erica Oda because she has been performing this tournament, and to see her go out like that was a bit unfortunate.
Again, Garasha's on the sweep, but picks out the fielder. So 53 for 4 in the 11th over, Easton's, and just on the skids a little bit. They made 132 on the first day. They made 132 yesterday morning as well. Oh, that's very well flighted. Garaza's had a lot of time to think about that. The bottom hand comes through, unfortunately, and dragged to mid-wicket.
The Eastern side is definitely capable of reaching high scores and chasing down high scores. I think just the pressure from early on in the beginning from the Titans ladies. We saw a few dry spells.
Beautiful bowling by Mwatile. Oh, the flight so far above the batter's eye line, and then it just dipped and turned, and you could see she was just groping, trying to keep it out, but she couldn't. Beautifully bowled.
Yeah, the head went up, the hands went in the right place. I think it's a bit disappointing from the international player to unfortunately go out like that. She danced down the wicket, missed the ball completely, and the pressure just continues to build for the Eastern Storm ladies.
Yeah, well, you and Jenna were talking about how seldom left-arm spin is faced, and especially the unorthodox nature of Mwatile, and so you could understand the hesitancy. And unfortunately Gareza's castled. She's batted well in this tournament, but Martile gets the better of her with an absolute beauty, and Easterns are really collapsing badly now.
Into the crease we have Peyton Coppin. Very good batsman, likes to rotate strike and hit a ball quite far actually. I've played provincial cricket with her, and
Oh, that's so nearly bowled her as well. Again, beautifully bowled, and Copping stuck in the crease and just wafting at it. Bat on ball that time. Oh, what a wonderful over from Moatili. Maiden wicket, and Easton's 53 for 5 after 11 overs. I think 132 is going to be quite an ask for them again in this innings.
I think that's definitely looking at the cards for the Eastern's ladies. But cricket's a weird game. Anything can happen. We've said it a million times on the stream before.
So Madisha will continue from the golf course end.
She's had a great 2 overs, just 6 runs from both of them, a wicket from each. In immense form today.
Yeah, she's under 16, but she made the SA under 19 team, and quite rightly so, one feels, judging by her bowling today.
The field sits as we have a cow corner out and a third man out. It's my captaincy because Easterns are clearly not hitting boundaries, and to just put fielders out makes no sense. Rather keep the pressure up, keep the singles down, and I think it's smart captaincy from Robin Searle.
Absolutely. You might even be tempted to get a slip in as well. That's well struck by Bentley through mid wicket, but the sweeper will pick it up. Just the single. We've seen a little bit of movement today from the bowlers. Titans coach Byron Thomas was quite keen for his team to bat first, just to challenge them to do something a bit different. They've chased in all of their matches so far. That's probably going to be wide, yeah. But unfortunately, best laid plans and all of that. Easton's won the toss and elected to bat. And Byron Thomas said they weren't too unhappy, the Titans, because they figured best time to bowl often here at Irene is in the morning. We had that overnight storm, so there was quite a lot of moisture around this morning as well, and we've seen that movement. There's some swing, but just started it too straight. Must have brushed a pad because no wide called.
I know, no signal given from the umpire. Yeah, I definitely spoke to Jenna about that this morning. I wanted the Titans to bat, but looking at the conditions, it might have not been the right decision. The fielder's wet, ball was going to be slow. So I think it was even Easton's to bat first is a bit of a strange decision.
Walloped down the ground, but without much timing.
No run there from Eastern Storm.
Yeah,
I think that the Eastern ladies, they need to come together in the middle of the pitch and just have a conversation. They don't need boundaries right now. Just strike rotation is key. There's a gap here behind square leg. Your third man's out. There's no sweeper on the offside.
yeah.
So I think to just try and pick those gaps could release a little bit of pressure. Run hard.
Coppin again, the big swing down the ground, but mid-off and mid-on are quite straight. As you say, Emma, rather than going for glory, maybe just get yourself in with a few singles, rotate the strike. Oh, another big swing, but again, off the edge.
We have 2 new batsmen at the crease. The eye's not in yet, the nerves are up. You know, your team's 55 for 5 after 12. You can't be swinging for the hills at this time in the game. I think strike rotation is the key. To just get them over the line, maybe try and aim for 100.
Absolutely. I mean, they're in danger of not playing out their 20 overs, which is the cardinal sin. So first priority has to be to make sure that they can get to 20 overs, 8 overs left, only 55 on the board, but get a partnership going, just, build, and then you can play these massive expansive shots when you've got 3 or 4 wickets in the bag. Towards the last couple of overs, but the marvellous Moatile will continue. Again, very cautiously played by batter Bentley. She's got remarkable control as well for a left arm unorthodox bowler.
I think she's let a few too early out the hand. They've gone a bit high and a few on the wide side, but she's bowled exceptionally well considering the wides.
That one's a bit flatter, but again, no run.
I think in this over she's definitely, and especially in the last over, she found her confidence. I think the nerves were up in the first over, but now she definitely found her confidence, got a wicket from it, and it's just great to see a left arm orthodox.
Cut away off the edge. It will be just the one run. Yeah, I think what's remarkable for me is that she gives the ball so much flight, but still lands it on a good length. She hasn't overpitched too many since I've come on air. The last couple of overs have really been very accurate and quite deadly. That's a bit too wide. Coppin, that was one to hit.
Definitely, I think she's lethal with her flight. We saw it Mesley Garazes just lifting it up a bit high, and then all of a sudden that deathly drop. And unfortunately, Mesley Garazes lost a wicket off that one.
Searle dives, but it's past her. Just a single though to long off. I was interested also as to why Easterns would have chosen to bat first. Off the back foot, hit nicely through the covers. I think the heavy outfield is going to win the day, slowing it up. Yeah, Robin Searle has got there.
Captain Robinson had to cover a lot of ground. The field as it stands is we have long on, long off, cow corner and square leg, but it is change of over.
So, yeah, again, very tidy. Motile, 3 overs, 1 for 14. And Medisha's got similar figures, 3 overs for 14 runs. But she, of course, has picked up a couple of wickets. As Tiani van den Heerful will now join the attack.
Tiani van der Heerful into bowl, just having a bit of a chat with the captain and the more experienced bowler of the team. We have our third man out, our sweeper, and our cow corner. I think they're also sending long on out.
Yeah, I think judging by the way Coppin has been swinging for the hills, not a bad idea to have the long on back. And she slaps it to the mid-off. Just a single.
I think if the Eastern ladies are going to try and go big, I don't think airborne is the right option. I think they're already 5 down. They'd rather just look for the runs on the ground.
Yeah, it's a long way out still to be slogging. That's nicely clipped just over mid-on. Long on had come up for Bentley, and a good shot that she's clipped it over the fielder's head.
It's a great game awareness from Bentley. She saw that they brought long on back up into the ring, and then she just went right over their heads.
Yeah, good cricket from Leandra Bentley. .64 for 5 now in the 14th over, and Robin Searle is just bolstering that lakeside field. She's looks as if she's coming across to a wide mid on, and there's quite a straight long on behind her. That'll be wide.
Just overcompensating for that one, pushing it a bit too far outside that wide line. Good take from Simone Lawrence behind the stumps. She's standing up.
I've been very impressed by the overall Titans fielding effort today. Very tidy, taking some good catches, run outs, and there's just a sharpness about them in the field.
Your confidence is up.
Sliced away, over cover, 1 bounce to the cover sweeper. So Tiani van den Heerful is getting her second bowl of the tournament. Her previous one was against the Lions, where she bowled 2 overs for 20 runs. Straight to backward point. And that was a nice confidence booster for the bowler.
The ball's probably spinning in the hands there, it makes a bit of a rustle sound when it comes to point. It's a great catch. Standing there in point. And Peyton Coppin, unfortunately, has to walk back to the change rooms.
Yeah, you picked it, Emma. You said hitting the ball in the air too much. And Peyton Coppin pays the price. 66 for 6 now. Easton's. She just leant back and slashed at it. With her balance, it was always going to go up in the air.
I think it was the right shot. I think she just stepped in the wrong place. Her foot went across too much. I think it was definitely the right shot, just wrong foot movement.
Yeah, it was very full and outside off stump, so it was one possibly to drive off the front foot rather than with her balance back.
Always get to the pitch of the ball. Coach always says.
Yeah, so Ashley van Wyk comes to the wicket. Success for Tiani van den Heuvel in her first over. Peyton Coppin out for 2 off 10 deliveries. Oh, nicely bowled by Van den Heuvel, and Van Wyk just a nervous prod at it. And the end of a successful over for the Titans. 14 gone, 66 for 6.
Yeah, I think Landry Bentley, she's doing well. She's going at 100 strike rate. 6 overs left. I think 100 is possible. New batsman at the crease, but I think Landry Bentley, she is doing well there.
Yeah, it's about to run a ball to get to 100, so that's a good target, I think, Emma. I agree with you. Something for Easterns to aim for. At least it gives them a slim chance. This pitch on the third day of this tournament, I think it's probably going to be a little bit more up and down than we've seen on the previous 2 days as well. That's only natural. So Moatile to continue. Makalaya Moatile. Oh, off the edge. It was the one that goes across the right-handed batter. Edge down to third man for a brace.
Johnny van der Heuvel having to put in a shift there, running from points all the way to that third man region. It's a good ball. Just that outside edge.
Bolo misfields, but Searle is quickly across, and there was all sorts of confusion between the batters. I think non-striker Van Wyk could see that Moatile wasn't going to get there, and so she set off, but Bentley was waiting, and Robin Searle was so quickly across, just missing the stumps with the throw.
Great piece of fielding from the captain. I think that was a direct hit. She was definitely walking back to the change room. She was miles out of her crease. And then for Simone Lawrence to back up and try and get the throw in on the other end.
Yeah, both batters were in danger of being run out there, as this is hoiked to long on. I wonder if, Moatile hasn't really bowled anything short. I might be tempted to move the backward point to more of a short third man, just for that edged big drive at the ball going across the batter that can fly uppishly behind the wicket on the offside.
I also think there's no need for a deep square because they have a Carl out and she's bowling quite outside off. I think the sweeper, there's also no sweeper.
I suppose maybe they think the batter might attempt a sweep shot.
I think the batsman was playing quite early, so there's no need for that sweeper out in the cover region. So that's long off has been putting in a shift today, been running up and down the whole game. The smart captain, so he set the right field for her bowlers.
Well, the end of Moatile's 4 overs, and what an impressive spell. 4 overs, 1 for 18, and that was delightful to watch, and so good to see something different in the women's game, and we look forward to watching her more and more, her progress through the ranks, and that's what this John Deere Global Cricket Tournament hopes to do, to really showcase young talent alongside some established players. And it's been a wonderful 3 days, and that's a wonderful delivery again from Tiani van den Heuvel. Looking at the pitch this morning, there are also some green patches there, and I think if you hit one of those, they're on sort of a good length just outside our stump. You can probably expect to get some decent bounce, as Van den Heuvel did there. Straight up, but over mid-off rather.
I think Eastons, they brought in Ashley van Wyk ahead of Kaylee Craig today, which is a bit of a strange decision, but looking at it now, maybe not. That was a cracker shot, because Ashley van Wyk, her best for the tournament so far has been 13 of 20, where Kaylee Craig played a responsible role yesterday, batting 18 of 17. But I think it was actually a clever decision for Eastons to bring Ash van Wyk and, give her an opportunity. Last game of the tournament, she just hit a cracker shot over mid-off. So it's a great decision from the Eastern Storm in the end.
Yeah, it was a good shot by her, very good. Clever cricket again, fielder up. Bentley's on strike now, she's got 12 off 13. And that's a nice hit straight down the ground. Long on will come across and do the footing. What's there? A relay throw. Ooh, not too far away from a run out chance.
This is great riding from the Eastern Storm. I think the youngster, the confidence is up. She wants to get off strike, as the youngster don't want to be on strike. So I think it's great riding from the youngster.
Yeah, Ashley van Wyk's clearly pretty quick between the wickets. Is that wide? Yes, it is. So Van den Heuvel has bowled 10 deliveries now, 10 legal deliveries, and conceded 15 runs. Got the wicket, but she'll just want to work on maybe getting that consistency up. It's not a bad time for her to bowl. Not too much pressure on her. Hit straight back at her, very hard though, and she couldn't hang on to the catch, but that would have been some take if she had managed it.
Yeah, the bowler nowhere near that one. I think it would have been a stunning catch. Caught and bowled coming straight back at you. Those are always ones that sting. But she had no hands to that, and the Easterns made it back for 2. Great running from the Easterns ladies.
That might be another wide, yeah.
Tiani van Heuvel just being a bit more expensive than the other bowlers around her.
Yeah, it's just a consistency. She's bowled some really good deliveries, but some not so good ones as well. That wasn't too bad. It's lofted up, and long on his back, and great running again by Van Wyk as she makes it back to the danger end for 2.
Yeah, she definitely got the burners on today. I think she's got in it 2 every time.
So 16 overs gone, 83 for 6. Bentley has 18 off 16 balls, and Van Wyk, who will now be on strike, has 6 off 6. And Moatile has completed her ration of 4 overs, so we have a change in bowling.
100's looking good for the Eastern Storm. I think if they push hard enough, 110.
Anything over 100 will probably be a bit of a bonus, but you're right, it's 3 figures on the card, certainly.
Katie Pryor into bowl.
Yeah, started.
She's yet to bowl. She hasn't bowled this whole tournament, so I've never seen her bowl. Have you again?
I have, yeah. She, I considered her to be a bowling all-rounder, actually.
Really?
But she's come up the order for the Titans and done really well up front with the bat. But that's a good start with the ball for her.
Got a bit of an away nip there.
Yeah, nice little shape. Just a single to the deep cover.
The field, we have a sweeper out. Long off out, long on out, cow corner. So I think she's looking to go full and straight. Maybe anticipate the catch.
Yeah, just plugging on the offside line at the moment. So nice for Captain Robin Searle to have all these options. She's got plenty of bowling options, and the Titans bat deep as well. Oh, that's going to be close to LBW. And a run-out chance as well, and now an overthrow. Goodness me, that was a hell of a delivery. It started by angling down the leg side, but then it definitely straightened, swinging through the air. And let's just have a look at this replay. I think this is close to LBW.
Oh, can see leg stump.
Yeah.
I don't know, angle is a bit different to the umpires, but that, from our angle, it looked a bit plumb there.
Yeah, I
Just
think
hitting the top of leg stump.
that late movement
Bit of a discussion going on with the umpires.
from Katie Pryor. Yes, yeah. So no shot played by the batter, so they can't get runs off that. Very lucky not to lose her wicket as well, Leandra Bentley. That's a good shot though, down to long off.
It's a great shot from Leandra Bentley, just down the ground.
So Pryor's been impressive with the ball already. 4 balls into her spell. Again, very tidy. It should just be one.
Yeah, she has been impressed with the ball. Got a bit of that away nip. She's always intimidating as a batsman. Rather have a meter swing than that slight little coin swing.
Absolutely. Well, the LBW peel, that swung a lot and totally befuddled Bentley. That's a good hit. In between long on and cow corner. One bounce over the boundary for 4.
Beautifully picked up by Bentley. Just Katie Pryor maybe just bringing the length back a little bit, and Bentley picking it up and hitting it between long on and cow corner.
Yeah, and she was a bit too straight there, a bit too much towards the leg stump.
It would be nice if she can just pitch it a bit outside off and put in a slip, because I think Eastern Storm are wanting to go now, so they could fish a bit outside off, maybe anticipate a nick.
Yeah, well, 90 for 6 now. The Titans, and this looks like it's going to be Van der Scaife coming on to bowl. Yes, another one of the Titans bowlers that we haven't seen yet in this tournament, to my recollection.
Yeah, she had to bowl.
Stelle Van der Scaife to bowl the 18th over. Just down the leg side wide. Looks like she's going to be an in-swing bowler with that action, and just pushing it a little bit too much down the leg side. 92 for 6.
Field stays the same. Cow corner, long on, long off, and sweeper all out.
Oh, again, this time well taken by Lawrence behind the stumps.
I think she's running in a bit at a wide angle. I think she should just take a step to the left. Maybe just change the angle coming in.
Yeah, she's a better line there, a little bit full, but squirted away off the inside edge, and the batter's come through for a single. 24 now to Bentley. Very valuable runs for Easterns. They were in dire trouble at 50 odd for 6. Yeah, better now
definitely.
from Van der Scaife.
Leandra Bentley has put her team on the board again. She's had a great innings so far. Performed under the pressure that the Titans ladies put on in the early overs.
Sliced away. Oh, just just over Paulina Mashishi's head at backward point.
I think Paula Mashishi just misjudged that one a bit. I think she moved a bit too late and the ball's over her head by then. Could have been a great catch. No, it's never easy catching a ball above your head.
Yeah, it was a tough one to judge. It was kind of swirling a bit because it was sliced off the edge. Heaved away through mid-wicket. Will they chance it to? No, it's a good arm from the boundary there. So just a single. Yeah, I think Masishi actually came in too far first when she actually needed to be maybe going back a step or two to make it a more comfortable catch. Again, the big hit. Again, over the infield. Good hit that. They'll definitely get two here.
Good running from the Eastern Storm ladies.
And this is turning into a very valuable cameo by Leandra Bentley. 26 now of 22 balls. 99 for 6 Easterns. But two legs are top edged over the wicketkeeper. And it's not quite going to make the boundary. Van den Heuvel.
Yeah, putting in a shift there. She has to run all the way from third man. All the way to deep farm.
But the 100 is up for Easterns. And 18 overs gone as well. So now's the time. I mean, they've done well to get to the last 2 overs with 4 wickets in hand. Now's the time they can really just cut loose and swing at everything.
No, Easterns have definitely upped the run rates, I think. And if you look at it, I don't think there were that many boundaries hits. I think it was just more of a strike rotation thing, and that is why strike rotation is so important in the game. The field's quite big, and these two ladies have just been plopping the ball up over the fielders' heads to just get those easy runs, get those quick twos.
If they can get to 120, that gives them a chance. You never know. Some early wickets, 120 can become a testing target if you lose wickets in the power play. That's just shoveled down towards long on.
Yeah, 115 definitely looking on the cards for Eastern ladies, and I think they'll be happy with that from where they were. We saw with the Lions game yesterday, it's the same thing. Started off well, hit a few dry spells, but came back in and unfortunately did lose.
Oh, that's going to be very close to being out. It is out. Swung right across the straight one from Katie Parra, and she gets her wicket.
Just wrong shot there. That was plumb from our angle. You can see it on the screen. Unfortunate for Leandra Bentley. She was batting in immense form. She was doing well. She was carrying her team. But just wrong shot there. But you can't blame her. She has to go last 2 overs.
Yeah, fair enough. She has hit a couple nicely off her legs. But that one was very full and she played all around it. But an excellent innings by Leandra Bentley of 28 of 24 balls. She's really led a good comeback from Easterns in these closing overs.
As Ken calls it, Leandra Bentley just playing a bit of French cricket there. Into bat, the captain for the Eastern Storm, Kaylee Craig. She came in before Ashley van Wyk yesterday, as I said earlier on.
Taking looks to be a middle stump guard. 102 for 7 then, Easterns, with 10 balls left in their innings. Bit shorter, just nudged away for a single, and a well taken one too. Craig off the mark first ball.
Good little drop and run there.
Get the set batter on strike, Ashley van Wyk, who has a run and ball 12.
Both batsmen have decided to take the middle stump mark. Personally, I'd take the leg stump to just free the arms with the away swing, kind of like that, because Katie Pryor has been bowling quite a straight line. Just gives the batsman more space to free the arms, go over cover, land it safely in the gap.
Yeah,
Each to their own.
absolutely. I'm not sure if it's found its way into the women's game yet, but a lot of the men folk are batting on middle and off these days. Some even on off stump. Hocked away, great fielding. Madisha!
It's a good pickup from Katie Pryor. It was thrown directly into the ground.
I think she didn't realise just how far Kaylee Craig had gone down the wicket, because she kind of delayed her throw. I think a direct hit still would have run out Craig. But by the time Katie Pryor broke the stumps, Craig was back. Good delivery again. Driven down to long on for 1.
Good over from Katie Pryor. Just 3 from it.
Yeah, 2 overs, 1 for 10. That will be her figures as we head into the final over. That's a nice little contribution by her with the ball.
Christelle van Schuyf in to finish the over. I don't know if the Titans ladies do have a spinner left. No, they don't, because I would put a spinner on.
Yeah, Mashishi's bowled 4, Martile's bowled her 4.
And Jafta is unfortunately setting out.
Yes, yeah. So fair enough. Good opportunity for Christelle van der Schuyf to work on her death bowling here in the final over. Goes short. First up, slap, two! Oh, it was a great effort. Running from wide, mid-on, diving full length. And they've got the run out though, surely. Has it been given?
No.
Whew, that must have been very close. But a wonderful effort for the catch there from Robin Searle. She got both hands to it and it just bounced out as the elbows hit the ground.
Skipper definitely leading by example, putting in the effort, putting in the dive. Unfortunately, just a bit short of the ball.
It's not a bad place to bowl.
And the run up was also a bit close.
Yeah, wouldn't mind seeing that again. Anyway, Craig is on 1. Van Wyk on strike on 15. Drags it across. Searle will run and do the fielding again.
Just dragging it across the line there a bit from Ashley van Wyk.
107 for 7 with 3 balls left. So the Titans have also been tidy in these last couple of overs. The paddle and a great catch by wicketkeeper Simone Lawrence. Beautiful anticipation and then diving to take the faint edge from Kaylee Craig.
It's a great bit of cricket all round. Kaylee Craig moving across, Simone Lawrence seeing that. Christelle van Schuyf also seeing her dropping the ball just a bit outside the leg stump. Kaylee Craig playing it directly into the hands of Simone Lawrence. It's a great piece of cricket from both teams.
Yeah,
unfortunate shot.
Not a bad idea by Kaylee Craig. No one fielding on the boundary behind square on the leg side. But just couldn't quite get the execution right. And a great catch by wicketkeeper Lawrence. Another one of the Titans SS Schools representatives. Wicketkeeper batter. As Michaela Edwards comes to the crease. With just a couple of balls remaining in this innings.
I think Michaela Edwards has come in and been told to do one job. Miron has come into the ring. Long off is still out, so maybe that's an opportunity there. If the ball's just pitched up a bit, you can just open the front leg and put it over Miron.
Or is her job to get 1 and get Van Wyk on strike? And she might be run out.
Why did she stop?
She kind of just gave up and accepted her fate there.
Michaela Edwards did a bit of a side run.
I mean, she might have beaten Van der Schuyf back, surely.
Yeah, Van der Schuyf had to pick the ball up, still run. It's kind of a bit of a Jonty Rhodes there, just missing the dive.
Yeah, at least force Van der Schuyf to throw,
Don't know why Michaela Edwards stopped.
You never know what might happen there.
3 run-outs for the Eastern Storm. I think the fielding coach is going to be too happy with that.
Titans fielding coach will be very happy though. They've been really good in the field. Very sharp, athletic. And all of that pressure combined with tight bowling, one feels Easterns probably don't have enough on the board, but you never know in cricket.
Yeah, you never know in cricket, but I think with the way the Titans have been batting the last 2 days, aggressive, starting in the game, but cricket's a strange game.
Sipakuhle Masalela will just come and stand at the non-strikers end for this last delivery. I suppose unless it's a no ball and a single is taken. Nicely driven through the covers by Van Wyk.
The Eastern Storm are pushing for 2
As they
and
should.
safely make it back in.
Yeah, so that's the end of the Eastern's innings. 109 for 9. They end up on Ashley Van Wyk with 18 off 19 deliveries. Has also done a good job with the bat. Just running through the other scores in this Eastern innings. They won the toss and elected to bat first. Alicia Rudolph got them off to a really good start with 25 off 16 deliveries, and her fellow opener Pumelela Mashruana also stuck around well. She scored 14 off 24, but then the collapse came because Thelma Makabula made 5, Mesuli Garasas 3, and Erica Oda was out first ball, caught behind. Wonderful delivery from Lucida Madisha. Leandri Bentley then led a bit of a comeback for Easterns with 28 of 24 balls. Peyton Coppen made just 2, but Ashley Van Wyk batted well with Bentley. She ends on 18, not out. Kaylee Craig made 1, and Michaela Edwards run out for 0. The very tidy Titans bowling figures. Paulina Mashishi once again excellent up front. The spinner 4 overs for just 12 runs. Kaylee Tapp good again, 3 overs, 1 for 18. Lesedi Madisha certainly showing her potential with the ball, 3 overs, 2 for 14. The star of the bowling though for me was Mekalaya Mwatile, the left arm wrist spinner, 4 overs, 1 for 18. Tiani van den Heuvel, 2 overs, 1 for 20. Katie Pryor, 2 overs, 1 for 10. And Christophe van der Schuyf, 2 overs, 1 for 16. How impressed were you, Emma, with the Titans' effort in the field? And do Easterns have enough, you think?
No, I think the Titans definitely, they came with an intent. They wanted to restrict Eastern to a certain amount of score, and I think they did just that. I think it wasn't the right decision for Easterns to bat first. They did win the toss. I would have rather put Titans into bat first, considering the weather conditions. The ball was a bit slow in the outfield. I think cricket is a strange game. Truly I do, but I think the Titans ladies have come off immense form. Their 2 openers, Robinson and Katie Pryor, been batting him greatly these past 2 games. So I think Titans might have this one in the bag.
Yeah, I think they might shuffle their batting order around a bit just to give more opportunity to players. But also the Titans know that they just need to win this game, and they will have won the inaugural John Deere Global Cricket Tournament. There's no way anyone can catch them if they win this game. So we say thank you very much to John Deere and the other partners and sponsors, Koi, Iksu, John Doe, and the Baron, Renault Centurion as well. And do join us in about 10 minutes or so for that Titans run chase. Jolly good. We're off.
We are always thinking of new ways to make our systems smarter, easier, and faster. And while we drive innovation, we still believe in the value of face-to-face. Meeting you around your table, getting to know your business, challenges, and ambitions, and finding personalized solutions. John Deere Financial provides personalized financial solutions so life can leap forward every season.
Alrighty, good morning and welcome back to the Global Cricket Tournament, where you are catching the second innings of the first game on day 3 of this prestigious John Deere Global Cricket Tournament between the Fidelity Titans and Eastern Storm. Eastern Storm posted a total of 109 in the first innings. So the Fidelity Titans are to chase a total of 110. A little bit of a change up for the Fidelity Titans as well as Eastern Storm. Peyton Coppen opening the bowling for the Eastern Storm team, with Christelle van der Schyff. It's the first time we're seeing her with the bat in this tournament, opening the batting with her fellow under-19 player Simone Lawrence, who has a highest score of 16 of 10 so far in this tournament. So it'll be exciting to see what these two youngsters can bring to Irene Cricket Club. First ball is a full outside the off stump and driven hard, but fielded very well. Mpumi Mashlowane, we saw her get a few runs this morning. She scored 14 of 24. She really stuck around in the beginning of the innings. My name is Jenna So, and I'm joined by Ken Borland. Good morning, Ken.
Morning, Jenna, and good start with the bat for Van der Schyff, even though it was a dot.
And she defends another one on off stump. This is a really nice start from Peyton Coppen. It's the first time she's opening the bowling for Eastern Storm, and I think she deserves this chance with the new ball.
Yeah, she's got a bit of movement going.
Short and wide, but a good hand. Leandre Bentley at cover will prevent a shot which would definitely have gone all the way to the boundary. Christelle van der Schyff hit that really hard off the back foot.
Yeah, I haven't seen Christelle van der Schyff bat before, but I was told that she's a hard hitter of the ball, and we've certainly seen that in a couple of blows already. Just nice for the Titans to give two other batters a go at the top of the order. Robin Searle and Katie Prower, of course, have been really good previously.
Yeah, they have been so good, both earning themselves a player of the match pair of glasses from John Doe in their 2 games for their opening performances as batters. It's nice to see the youngsters out here in the middle giving it a go themselves.
Ooh.
Really straying far down the leg side, and Peyton Coppen just correcting herself as she walks back to the crease. Umpire Vinoli might check it, just stretching the arms out.
Yeah, it was nice to hear Titans captain Robin Searle tell the two young openers, go out there, have fun, enjoy yourselves. Although she did add, don't do anything silly.
And that's a beautiful shot by Simone Lawrence, too short and too straight, and pulled away. Just fine of square leg, but there was no chance of the fine leg fielder getting to that, and she'll get off the mark with 4 to her name.
Peyton Coppen, just the last 2 balls, seems to have lost her wrist a bit. Just suddenly, I mean, she started the over so well, and then the next 2 really speared down the leg side.
A senior player and senior bowler just having a word with Peyton Coppen there at the top of her mark. A few words of encouragement. 1 ball left in the over. And she does correct herself. It's full outside the off stump, and a good stroke there by Simone Lawrence, but straight to the fielder at extra cover for no run, which closes off the first over of the second innings of this game. 6 from it.
So chasing just 110, the Titans, one does feel that for Easterns to have any chance, they need to get 2 or 3 wickets in this power play, some early wickets.
Yeah, definitely 110 is not a tall total to be chasing in this tournament. We've seen scores of 131 in that first game, and then a nice big total of 170 in yesterday's second game between Eastern Storm and the Lions. Eastern Storm not able to chase that down. New bowler in for Eastern Storm, Leandre Bentley from the golf course end. What are the names of the ends here at Irene Cricket Club?
I've only properly been able to find out the one end, the Wally van Heerden end here, because there's a plaque up. To be honest, I haven't actually taken a stroll to the other end to see if there's another plaque on that side. I don't see any sort of tree stump, which is what the Wally van Heerden plaque is on.
Yeah, Bentley starts off the over with a wide. Yeah, there is a wonderful little plaque here with Wally van Heerden's name on it. It's got a helmet, a cricket ball, and a cricket stump glued to the tree stump, which is quite a cute thing. And that's hit hard off the back foot. Christelle van der Schyff, and that's what she does best, hitting the ball hard on the ground, and she earns herself her first boundary as her total goes up to 5 of 4.
Leandra Bentley's been very tidy through this tournament with her off spin, but unfortunately not a good start today. The wide and then the short and wide one hit for 4.
Yeah, and this time strays down the leg side. Deep backward square is out on the boundary. Michaela Edwards collecting that and getting it in. And the two youngsters out at the crease just get through for a single.
Bentley just struggling to settle here. Batted nicely though today. Thanks to her that Easton's got to 3 figures.
Yeah, she did really bring them back into the game after a couple of wickets had fallen this morning. She just strays outside that off stump line again, too far. She's kind of been quite a quiet, economical force for the Eastern Storm team. Just 2 wickets to her name in her 9 overs, but she really has been economical. Pulled across the line. That was quite far outside the off stump, and Captain Kaylee Craig on chase there, just allowing the one to take place in the middle. And I think we've been so fixated on talking about the stars in this Eastern Storm team in the form of Alicia Rudolph, about how economical and crucial she's been in their bowling lineup. But Leandra Bentley been just as good. Today she's really struggling though, as Christelle van der Schyff, almost identical to the first boundary of the over. She just leans onto that back foot and hits it hard through the covers.
Yeah, both her boundary riders are on the leg side in this power play, but van der Schyff so strong to the offside.
The square leg gets brought back up into the ring, and cover sweeper being sent out as the 2 boundaries have been hit through the covers. Thelma Makubula out on that cover sweeper boundary. She's changing her angle a little bit. This time tighter on that off stump line, and played with the cross bat for no run to mid-on. Bentley just going way too wide on that occasion. She's really struggled so far this over.
3rd wide of the over.
And just defended off the front foot. That's a better line and length there from Bentley, but van der Schyff deciding to hold her end of the wicket down and give the strike to her teammate Simone Lawrence on the other end. 13 from that over. Leandra Bentley, not what we're used to watching, but hopefully she will be able to pick herself up. Perhaps a chat from a senior player in the team. Her spin twin, Alicia Rudolph, could perhaps have a little chat there.
Yeah, just on this Eastern style, there's certainly some nice talent in this team. They look a very decent combination, and perhaps promotion from Division 2 is something they can aim at.
Short and wide, but hit straight to the fielder, Simone Lawrence. That sound off the bat was quite hollow. Definitely making contact with the toe, not getting her weight across to the line of the ball at all there. Yeah, a lot of talent in here. They have 3 under 14 players, 14-year-olds in their team. Oh, hit over that square leg boundary, and that'll bounce over the rope. Peyton Coppin, head in hands there, and Simone Lawrence, excellent piece of work there. She just leaned back onto that back foot and hit it hard. There's 2 straight and 2 short. Maximum runs earned off it.
Yeah, I was going to say it's an even better strike than the one she hit in the previous over, and all the way for 6. Easterns have not made a great start with the ball, it must be said.
Yeah, that was number 6 by the young Titans batter. Played out into the leg side, finds the space between mid-wicket and mid-on. Erika Oda, the Japanese international, covering lots of ground, but the Titans come through for 2. Christelle van der Schyff really had to pedaled quite hard on her bicycle to get back to the non-striker's end. Didn't run the first run too hard. Made it home in time in the end. Oh, hit hard, flat bat, Simone Lawrence, 2 bounces and over the rope, picked up by our pitch vision scorer. And that was a very good flat bat, almost like a baseball kind of shot by Simone Lawrence as we watch the replay. Hit really hard, it was very short and wide, and straight is always safe.
It was just dismissive by the batter, wasn't it? It wasn't a great delivery, but very well put away.
This time she goes on the ground and beats long on mid-on to the right. And that's another 4 to the over. Simone Lawrence on fire.
Superb batting by Lawrence, who started the season with a wonderful 100 at the Wanderers and then went a little bit off the boil a bit. So it's great to see her looking so good today. But Coppin at her pace has really got to be pitching the ball up more.
Yeah, strays, 2 straight again and pulled away by Lawrence. And almost identical board, 1 bounce over the boundary. And this proving to be a really tough over for Coppin. Dot 6 to 444 to end off the over. Simone Lawrence takes her total up to 25 of 10, 39 for no loss in the 3rd over.
Oh, well, one can only feel for Peyton Coppin. She ended the over on her haunches, head in her hands. Just one of those days when the ball just has not come out the way she wants it to. And let's hope her captain is merciful and gives her a bit of a break. Now she's no doubt trying her utmost, but everyone has those days where things just don't go your way. And it looks to me like Alicia Rudolph is going to join the attack. Very experienced, tricky customer with the ball.
Yeah, she'll be looking to bring it back after the youngsters in her team have given away more than 10 and over. And she starts off well with the dot. We know how economical she can be. And she has only taken 1 wicket so far this tournament, but her economy has been one of the lowest. Or hits hard through the covers, but cover sweeper is on the mark out there. She gets to the ball quickly. Thelma Makubula getting it in. Big arm, no bounce into the keeper. Alicia Rudolph just allowing that one to take place.
Rudolph, the first ball was quick and flat. The second one a little bit slower, and that's what you need to watch from her. Just watch through this over how many changes of pace there are.
Looking to go straight down the ground, but not connecting it as well as she would have liked. A little bit of a fumble out at mid-on by the captain, Kaylee Craig, but collected well by Oda to prevent the single. Oh, plays that around the legs. There's a 45 in play. The young 14-year-old Masilela covers ground quickly. It's low to the ground, picks it up and gets it in. Christelle van Escape really having to sprint through to make it home in time.
That was more round arm from Rudolph and different line as well.
Ooh, a bit of more bounce there on that occasion. Alicia Rudolph, as you said, Ken, putting all the variations into these 5 balls that have been bowled.
That was almost like a seamer, wasn't it?
The release point was a lot higher than the previous ball. She bowls that one again, but this time not as much bounce. A very good piece of fielding at cover point. Thelma Makubula collecting that dives to the left and closes the over off with a single. 3 from it. 2 overs left in the power play. 4 overs down, 42 for no loss.
Well, it's been a great start for the Titans, going it over 10 and over. We mentioned the importance of Easton's getting wickets in the power play, but also they definitely would not have wanted to go for so many runs.
Yeah, but the Titans young batters out in the middle doing really well. Simone Lawrence 26 of 12 and Christelle van Escape 100 strike rate, 12 runs from 12 balls. So a couple of really nice shots through the covers.
Michaela Edwards is going to come into the attack now. She's generally been the opening bowler for Easterns. But in keeping with the spirit of this tournament, which is about developing talent, giving opportunity to other new ball bowlers today for Easterns, didn't quite work out the way they would have wanted.
She's got quite a round arm action as she strays down the leg side and clipped off the pads by Van der Scape. Goes out to fine leg. It's collected for one.
And it's quite a one-arm sort of action as well. That front arm doesn't do too much work.
Yeah, so far this tournament, 7 overs, just that one wicket to Michaela Edwards. Wide outside the off stump, hits hard through the covers, but an excellent piece of fielding there by the young SA under-19 player Mpumelelo Mashluwane. She's a brilliant athlete, excellent in the field, quick across the ground, and has really good hands and a big arm as well.
Yeah, very much an athletic build and a bit of a racing snake.
For sure. Good ball, but even better shot by Christelle van der Scape. She gets on top of it and drives that powerfully through the covers, and that'll add an extra 4 to the team total and to Van der Scape's. We saw Michaela Edwards struggle a bit in the first game against the Lions 2 days ago. And struggle with her line a bit. She ended up going right arm around the wicket to correct herself. But she's managing quite well to control her line and length as she does there, preventing any runs being taken off that ball.
Another lovely day at Irene. Today has been pretty sunny and cloud-free.
Really nicely bowled there by Edwards. She just squeezes in on that off-stump line and forces the batter to go across the line. But mid-wicket in play, Peyton Coppin contributing to her team in the field. Struggled a little bit with the ball up front. First over was pretty decent. The second one just straying, sprinkling around. Edwards are really coming back nicely, but Erica Oda collecting that well-placed shot in the space there by Christelle van der Scape to earn herself 1. To end of the over, 49 for no loss, 1 over left in the power play.
I think Easterns will be very relieved when the power play ends. They can get a couple more boundary fielders out there. Mentioning the blue sunny skies this morning, but there was still quite a lot of moisture around from overnight rain this morning, and certainly assistance for the bowlers. Easterns maybe just regretting winning the toss and batting, because it looks very nice conditions for batting now.
It really does. The ball's coming onto the bat quite nicely. So just to run you through the field, square leg and short 45 in the ring. Cow corner, cover sweeper out in the boundary. Beating the outside edge of the right-hander, Christelle van der Scape.
Because of the start the Titans have had, it almost forces Rudolph, I think, to bowl her 4 overs on the trot straight through here. She looks the most likely to get wickets.
Christelle van der Scape just dotting that out into the leg side. Spinners were quite successful for the Titans this morning. Paulina Mashishi bowled her 4 overs out in the beginning of the innings. So Van der Scape dots this out into the offside.
And 2 very different spinners fielded by the Titans. Mashishi, just a very accurate off spin, and then we had the wonderful left arm wrist spin of Michaela Mwatile.
Yeah, she earned herself 1 wicket, that of her fellow Namibian player, Mesali Guraz's well-flighted delivery, very exciting. It was the first time we've seen her in this tournament. Van der Scape gives a chance back to the bowler, but Rudolph unable to get hands. There's a chance at the run out, and perhaps a quicker throw from the skipper Kaylee Craig would have told a different story there. But that's 50 up for the Fidelity Titans, and a round of applause from the gazebo. The Fidelity Titans happy with the start that the two youngsters have had out there so far.
It's a great start. I really hope Mwatile bowls, plays again this afternoon. Really would like to see more of her in action.
Yeah, Leisha Rudolph, especially stretching that left hamstring out a bit. She's played, this is her 4th game, so perhaps the muscles feeling a little bit tired. Pulled across the line, hit really hard by Simone Lawrence, but fielded well by Kaylee Craig at mid-on.
I think Rudolph actually tweaked that a bit while she was batting. There was an incident where she hit the ball through the covers. There were 2 fielders, and I think it was Robin Searle who actually made a diving stop, and I think Rudolph maybe thought it was going through and was kind of jogging through for the one, and Searle picked up and shied at the bowler's end, and Rudolph had to suddenly accelerate to get home, and we saw after that she was just clutching her leg a bit after that.
Yeah, and Leisha Rudolph, that being her 11th over so far this tournament, and she had 2 really long batting innings as well, both against one against the Lions and the other against this team, the Fidelity Titans, earlier on in this tournament, where she scored 36 and 39. So she's been out in the sun for a long time over the last 2.5 days. Beautiful drive there by Simone Lawrence, and fumbled by the player in question, Leisha Rudolph, and that's the first mistake I've seen from her in the field. She's been so good, but a beautifully executed cover drive by Simone Lawrence. She's got such a natural flow of the hands, doesn't she?
Beautiful, yeah. Beautiful on the drive, and poor Leisha Rudolph, she got there quickly, but then just through the legs and through the hands.
Oh, lofted up and over, long on, and that's 6 to the youngster as Vanolia Macheke lifts the hands up, and a beautiful cricket shot. That's 6 number 7, and the second for the young Titans batter.
Again, beautiful, as you say, just almost a check drive. Oh no, she did have a little bit of a flourish there at the end, but it wasn't as if she put a great amount of effort into that. Beautiful timing.
Timed to perfection once again as she plays this out over mid-wicket. 1 bounce out to Peyton Coppin at cow corner, and she gets that in. 1 bounce to the bowler, and 1 earned to Simone Lawrence. She's on 39 of 17. 3 balls left in the 7th.
It's probably the fastest strike rate we've seen in this tournament so far, well over 200.
And Michaela Edwards will have to bowl that one again.
Well, if these two carry on like this, there's not going to be much left for the other batters in the Titans lineup. I know they wanted to give some chances to players who haven't had to go out in the middle, but so far Lawrence and Van der Schyff are racing the Titans along to their target of 110.
Oh, she tries to go over cover. There's a chance at point, but dropped by Kaylee Craig, and it was a difficult one over the head of the captain, and unable to hold on to that. Van der Schyff just shaking her head.
It felt like it was just always going away from Kaylee Craig, and she was battling to keep up with it.
She did well to get hands to it though, backpedaling a couple of meters. Oh, that is beautiful from Simone Lawrence as she pulls that across the line. Her third 6 of the innings, 6 number 8 of this tournament, and she is proving to be a force to be reckoned with.
Really not too much wrong with the ball, maybe just in the slot a little bit. Beautifully put away though by Simone Lawrence. For those who haven't seen her before, now you can see why she was chosen for the SS Goose team in December. Took a great catch behind the stumps as well.
She goes again across the line, but this time straight to Peyton Coppin at cow corner. Gets herself 1. to close off the over. An expensive one for Michaela Edwards, her 2 overs going for 26. A couple of 4s and 6s there in that over. And the Fidelity Titans going just over 10 and over, and this is an excellent run rate that they've managed to achieve.
Yeah, and they need just 39 more runs to win with 13 overs left. So they seem to be romping to another bonus point victory here. That'll be 3 in a row if they pull it off.
And just proving how deep the Titans batting order is capable of going. Without Catherine Pryor and Robin Searle at the top of the order, it was going to be interesting to see who they gave chances to when it came to this stage of the tournament. And I'm glad that they've gone with this pair out in the middle. They do play club cricket together at Cineville Cricket Club in the Titans Club League. They opened the batting, and Cineville has won that the 35 over Club League for 2 seasons in a row, with these youngsters leading the batting charge. Ashley van Wyk into the attack for the Eastern Storm team, but played into the offside, hard off the back foot by Lawrence to get herself another one. Just 3 short of her half century. Of just 20 balls is Simone Lawrence. There was something on that by Christelle van der Schyf. Oh, no, just off the glove of the international keeper, Mesli Gurazes. Given us buys.
Yeah, Robin Searle and Katie Pryor have been pretty destructive up front, batting for the Titans. These pair probably even more so. Again, some fairly loose bowling, though, it must be said.
Yeah, for sure. Played across the line, and that'll go out to the fielder at cow corner. Good work by that player out there. Leandre Bentley doing the work on the boundary. And the total just inches closer and closer towards that half century mark. It's hard through the covers to that cover sweeper, Christelle van der Schyf, just putting her batting partner, her colleague, on strike.
75. 48.
It's full and wide outside the off stump, and hit well by Lawrence out to the boundary there. Might have been the chance to take the second run, but the batters just jogging through for the one.
Conserving their energy after that flurry of runs in the power play.
Yeah, stopped nicely by Peyton Coppin at extra cover there to end the over off with the dot. Ashley van Wyk, a good over in comparison, just 4 from it. 76 without loss after 8. Simone Lawrence just 1 short of her half century. 49 of 22. Christelle van der Schyf 20 of 26.
Michaela Edwards is going to continue her 2 overs, of course, 26 runs so far.
Yeah, she has been quite expensive, but the leadership on the field trusting her to come back, and cover sweeper long off, long on, and cow corner. And played out to cow corner for 1, and that will bring up the half century of Simone Lawrence as the Fidelity Titans gazebo stands up and claps for the youngster. And that's the third half century of the tournament so far. The first, Mesli Gurazes from Eastern Storm. The second, Naomi Lefi from Lions. And this third one for Simone Lawrence. So 150 apiece for each team.
Definitely the quickest half century, just 23 balls for Lawrence.
Van der Schyf plays this out too long off, and yeah, they really are batting really nicely, playing, hitting the ball out to the sweepers expertly, taking those easy singles. No real risk so far, except for the drop catch that Kaylee Craig dropped at point. Christelle van der Schyf played across the line as Lawrence earns herself another one out to Car Corner.
Plenty of talent on display in Simone Lawrence, and just a beautiful batter to watch when she's playing through the offside. Just lately she's, look, it's easy pickings, so she's targeting the leg side, but it would be nice maybe to see her hit a few more cover drives, if one is to be a little bit harsh, critical.
Yeah, for sure, she likes playing the ball in front of the wicket more than she does. She doesn't really lap or sweep too much. She doesn't need to because she's such a fine striker of the ball in front of the wicket. Straying down the leg side. I think Lawrence was slightly, not unlucky, but the circumstances were slightly against her in the CSA Provincial League, as she opened the batting in the beginning of the tournament with Robinson and did fairly well up at the top of the order. As you said, Ken, scoring that 100 against the Lions early on in the league. And then with the introduction of the SA players coming into the Titans team, Annika Bosch and Sunelis getting preference at the top of the order, and the youngster did have to drop down. So her stats are not really reflective at that level to what she's done, simply because she's had to move down the order to accommodate the Protea players, which is correct, I suppose.
But a valid point, a little bit hard on her. Often difficult to come in with not many overs left.
Yeah, definitely. And a fumble in the field. They go for the quick single. And Van der Schyff just diving into her crease there. Yeah, running off a misfield is often slightly dangerous. But they were quick off the mark and managed to get in.
So 3 run-outs in the Eastern's innings. Titans will be hoping it's not catching.
She goes across the line and chips that over square legs head. Simone Lawrence so good so far off her legs, and there really is no good line and length to bowl to her, as she is picking the ball up all over and getting maximum runs for it.
And brilliantly placed there. Generally you would have expected that maybe to have gone through the mid-wicket area, but there's a deep mid-wicket in place, so she played it late and got it fine behind square on the leg side for 4. Very skillful by Simone Lawrence.
Yeah, we've seen the girls quite successful in that region. This morning Alicia Rudolph earned herself some runs over there. She opened the batting with Mpumelelo Mashlowane and scored 25 off 16, and 3 of her boundaries came in that region, just fine of square leg. And, it is a bad ball in order to get it across the line so squarely, but well put away. Hit through the covers hard, and cover sweeper will need to do some work, but she picks it up well. Thelma Makubula collecting that, just allowing the single to take place in the middle.
Ashley van Wyk, after a good first over, gets a second one.
Goes hard, but it's high, and there's a chance for a catch. Mashlowane pedaling back, puts in a dive, but is unable to hold onto it. She dives backwards and to the left, and it was difficult in the end. I'm sure it was spiraling up in the air.
Very tough. That went very high, and she had to run back to try and get it coming over her head. Always very hard.
Hits hard, almost in the same fashion, but cleanly. There's a player underneath it, and beautifully caught. Sipho Kukle Masilele out on the long on boundary. The 14-year-old, she is short, she is small in stature, but she hangs on to that as any senior player would in the game.
That's a fantastic catch. She had to run a bit. It certainly wasn't straight to her. She made those yards quickly, and a fantastic take by Masilela, and quite rightly she is thrilled and mobbed by her teammates.
Yeah, Christelle van der Schyff showing that she is capable of opening the batting as her teammates clap her off the field. 23 off 30 for the youngster with a strike rate of just over 75. She did well to get those couple of runs. Supported her colleague at the other end, Simone Lawrence, quite well. Rotated the strike nicely and put away the bad ball. Akari Nishimura to the crease to join Simone Lawrence, the two keepers of this Fidelity Titans team.
Yeah, Nishimura hasn't had much opportunity with the bat, so it'll be nice for her to see if she can help Lawrence knock off these remaining 22 runs that are required for victory.
And with the fall of that wicket, Ashley van Wyk earns herself her third wicket of the tournament, coming up to join a couple of other players who also have 3 wickets. No one managing yet to break that 3-wicket glass ceiling.
She's bowled nicely as well, Ashley van Wyk. Good control, generally.
Going at an economy of 4, 1.3, 1 wicket, 6 runs. And Nishimura to face the right arm leg spin. She goes for a big swipe across that one and lets it through to the keeper.
Yeah, her eyes lit up with a little bit of width there from Van Wyk. It was a little bit short too.
Yeah, plays that in the same fashion but gets the outside half of the bat, and she's off the mark. The outfield will hold the ball as it just a foot away from the boundary rope, but excellent running out in the middle there. Akari Nishimura and Simone Lawrence go through for the triple.
Haven't seen too many threes in this tournament.
Very well run there by the two players for the Fidelity Titans. Field change here for the young spin bowler as short 45 moves across to short third man. Cover sweeper out as well as long off, long on in cow corner. Hit hard down to that long off fielder, and she's rotating the strike so nicely and almost as well as she is hitting the boundaries. That's the end of the 10th over, 92 for 1. And Ken Borland will be replaced by Emma Fencer. Thank you, Ken. It was a wonderful 10 overs with you. The Fidelity Titans need 18 runs from 60 balls, which seems like an easy task. As a bowling change is made by the Eastern Storm team, Sepokukhle Masilela. The youngster with the catch out in the deep in the previous over to dismiss Christelle van der Schijf. She, in her 2 overs, has 1 wicket so far this tournament. The youngster bowls medium pace into the wickets, bit of wicket to wicket bowling. She is tiny. She's a small 14-year-old, but she runs in quite aggressively. Has good line and length. It's struck hard to cow corner. Erica Oda sticks the left hand out but is unable to cut it off. And Simone Lawrence on fire out here at Irene Cricket Club gets herself another 4.
No, Simone Lawrence has definitely put in a performance here for us today. I think she's trying to finish this in 1 over. I think the Titans will be looking for that bonus point. It's definitely doable. Now 14 runs needed.
Simone Lawrence has been so good across the line this morning. You don't want to give her anything short. She goes hard again, this time with a leading edge. Mpumelelo Mashluane under the ball, and she drops it. It was simple to start, even though it went up high. And that'll be her second drop of the game so far. One backpedaling at mid-wicket in the previous over. She'll be really disappointed with herself.
Definitely disappointing for the Easterns ladies. There's been a few drop catches in the field today.
Hasilele bowls a good line and length there, and Nishimura just plays this out too long on for 1. 98 for 1, 3 balls left in the over. Oh, brilliant delivery from the youngster. Yorker just outside the off stump and squeezed out by Lawrence.
Great bowling from the youngster. I think that's what Easterns need. to try and dot it up. But 12 runs needed. Don't think any amount of Yorkers can account for that.
She goes on that full length again. It goes up and the keeper's under it. She dives, and that was the wrong call, I think, by the fielders out in the middle.
I think point should have definitely been under that one. Mesley Garage is not making the right call.
Yeah, the initiative was definitely there, and I think as long as it's in reach for the keeper to get, it's always the keeper's ball. The player with the gloves always has a higher chance of taking the catch in the end, even though she did sprint it, unable to get to it. Oh, goes over cover, and Akari Nishimura hits that out over cover point's head, and expert running out in the middle. They run the first one hard, turn quickly, and get through for 2.
It's been a few falls stop before the boundary. We saw one that was literally about 4 centimeters away from the boundary, but even at the Eastern's batsman, a few did stop before the boundary. I think the scores definitely have an effect on that.
Yeah, and with that double, that brought up the 100 up for the Fidelity Titans. 101 for 1 after 11. So lots of ones in this run chase here for the Fidelity Titans. Ashley van Wyk to continue. She's bowled 2 overs for 10 runs with that economy of 5, which has been really helpful, and the breakthrough and catch of Christelle van Escape out in the deep in her previous over.
Ashley van Wyk definitely been the key bowler for the Eastern Storm, just letting that one slide a bit down leg. Unfortunately, close to the stumps.
Yeah, Simone Lorenz tried to go on the lap, trying to hit that over the head of the keeper, but unsuccessful. Maybe just a little bit of preempting on that shot. She's so good down the wickets, and we've seen her use her feet quite often this innings. She does just that and plays it out to mid-off for 1.
It's always nice to see a batsman use the feet to the spin, get to the pitch of the ball. Hopefully try and hit it in that V, which she did perfectly.
Ashley van Wyk just pushing that one through, and a bit of variation in the bounce there to the Japanese international.
I don't think that was the right shot. She stepped on the back foot. I think maybe going forward would have been a better option for her.
Van Wyk blitzing through her over here, putting pressure on the Sky Blues out in the middle. And Nishimura unable to get it off the square so far. Tossed up this time, and it is signalled to be a no ball as Nishimura just plays that out to cow corner. Flat batted shot, and she'll earn 1 off the bat and 1 to the extra column. Simone Lorenz with the free hit off the next ball.
It's an ideal situation to have your in batsman on the free hits end. I think this one might be going over the bowler's head.
Almost correct, but she gets a leading edge. It goes up. There's a chance for the run out as Alicia Rudolph catches that easily and gets it in. Backpedaled nicely and caught that, but of course not out due to the no ball of the previous one, and that being a free hit. Oh, trying to go on the back foot there and missing completely. Really well bowled by Ashley van Wyk.
I think Nishimura is just struggling with the length a little bit. I think she's playing the wrong shot. I don't think she'll be stepping on the back foot.
Yeah, she goes on the front foot there and plays that over the bowler's head. It'll be collected by her fellow Japanese player out at long off, and they end the over off with a single. Just 4 runs from it, 5 runs with the no ball. 107 for 1 after 12. Just 3 runs needed for victory. Coming up to bowl her second over, Sipokukhle Masilela, a young 14-year-old from Easterns, to continue from the Wally van Heerden end here at Irene Cricket Club. 2.5 days and I didn't know.
Yeah, I know when Ken told me, I said the clubhouse end is easier to pronounce.
Wally van Heerden isn't difficult.
Wally van Heerden.
He was a massive cornerstone of Titans cricket. He deserves the end named after him. Masilela goes full. It's a full toss and played across the line by Nishimura. Collected by Oda out at cow corner. They go through for the single. 2 required for the win. Simone Lawrence on strike.
Marcella just needs a few of those Yorkers she got in the previous over to try and dot out the Titans, but I think 2 runs needed.
Lawrence hits that over the bowler's head. Collected by 1 bounce by Rudolph. Oh, good throw. She gets it in a very good throw there, flat back into the bowler. And the Fidelity Titans managed to scamper through for the single. All fielders brought up into the ring as the scores are level. And Akari Nishimura set to score the winning run. And she does. Plays that around the corner. It's straight to the fielder. And it's a direct hit. But she makes it home safely. And Nishimura with the winning run of the day. Sibukle Masilela ending her short little spell of 1.3. No wickets for 12 runs. But Simone Lawrence, the star of the day. 66 of 34 with Nishimura. A little cameo at the end. 10 from 11 deliveries. Just a shout out to Christelle van der Schyff, who opened the batting with Simone Lawrence and earned herself a couple of runs to her name. She scored 23 of 31 at a strike rate of just below 75, so she did really well in her opening performance, you could call it, here at the Global Cricket Tournament. But in the end, Fidelity Titans took the victory after Eastern Storm won the toss and elected to bat first, which was a questionable decision. We thought so in the end, to bat first. Titans won by 9 wickets after Eastern Storm put up a total of 109 for 9. The Fidelity Titans bowled very well to get those wickets. A good starter by Leisha Rudolph in the power play, but a dry spell in the middle. It was brought up nicely by Leandre Bentley, who came through and scored a couple. She ended her innings on 28 of 24, so a beautiful little cameo. And then Ashley Finvey closed it off with 18 of 19, and I thought she batted with a lot of intent. But in the end, they didn't score enough, and the Fidelity Titans able to score the runs in their 13th over of the second innings, as the players just walk past each other, shake hands after the Fidelity Titans took home their second victory against the Eastern Storm team. Just a couple of shout outs for the sponsor. There's one game left in this Global Cricket Tournament, hosted and sponsored with a headline sponsor John Deere, John Doe, Koi, Renault Centurion, and then a couple of the fast food brands, Debonair's Pizza, Steers and Fishaways, who have been the lunch packages for the players out here at Irene Cricket Club. So you will catch us again after lunch as we bring the final game of this tournament to you on Pitch Vision and YouTube. And the second game starts at 1:30. So you'll catch us then. My name is Jenna Searle, and I was joined by 2 fantastic colleagues, Emma Fenter and Ken Borland. Thank you very much, Leah.
We are always thinking of new ways to make our systems smarter, easier and faster. And while we drive innovation, we still believe in the value of face-to-face. Meeting you around your table. Getting to know your business, challenges and ambitions. And finding personalized solutions. John Deere Financial provides personalized financial solutions so life can leap forward every season.